Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy RC the Great back with another No Money, No Time Spent episode 2. We're going to be catching you guys up on what we've done so far. And as you can see, we've reached 100K MT for our team and for our account. And the reason why we're able to do this comes from all the things we mentioned in the first video, but I'm also going to give you some tips on how to bid snipe, how to snipe for cards, how to choose whether or not to sell a player back after evolving them, how to get players from the auction house, involve them, and then sell them back, and how to do all that stuff quickly so that you don't have to spend a lot of time doing so. There's going to be some gameplay footage, and we're going to be talking about locker codes that came out this past week. So let's get right into it right now. Alright y'all, so as y'all know, Season 4 ends in a couple days, so we got a locker code, the Return S4 Super Packs. Make sure you guys are putting that in so that you can get your possible free pack at a chance at one of the top cards in the game. Now, of course, the chances are going to be pretty low that you pull something decent, but whatever you pull, you can definitely sell to make some MT, and that's the goal when we're going to be doing this No Time Spent, is we're going to be making some MT. So we sold that stuff, but I wanted to show you guys this game that we got into earlier in the week against this dude that had literally everybody. Giannis, he already had Mikhail, Lonzo Ball, Michael Jordan, all the PD and Galaxy Opal players, and he was literally sweating our No Time Spent budget team. But we were still able to get the job done. As you can see, he is pressing us. And this Kevin Love actually did come up in the clutch and hit a couple big shots for us. That one at the end of the quarter. But his pick and pop is also beautiful. Running the pick and pop with this Kevin Love has actually proved to be very, very effective with this team. So if you guys picked up this Kevin Love, I definitely recommend using him for pick and pop as much as you can. Then when you go against somebody that's playing super pressure defense on you, make sure you're just being patient in your offense. They're eventually going to fold, and make sure you guys are in those lanes playing great defense, because that's the way you're going to be able to beat these top tier teams, because you're not going to be able to just let them to be comfortable. Once they're comfortable, their players are going to be more powerful than yours. They're going to be able to get to the basket quicker than yours and stuff like that. As you can see, our boy Kyle Anderson with 13 points gets to the free throw line, and he is going to hit these, and our opponent ends up leaving the game. He didn't want any more of that. So we were able to beat quite a few God squads like that on our run. But I wanted to show you guys how you can use the bid sniping process when cards are all ending around the same time to make you some quick MT, trying to bid for cards that are going for way lower than they would really be. As you can see right there, I tried to bid on that Mo Bamba. He's going for way higher than that, so I'm looking for cards that might be ending on the bid way lower than that they would sell for a buy now. Right here, Kobe was the perfect one. He goes for about 7.5 or 8K MT, sometimes up to 10K on a good day. So I wanted to bid on this Kobe up to about 4,000 MT if I could, and we did actually end up getting this Kobe Bryant for around 4,000 MT, which was not bad at all. Now, the reason why I say this is important, because when we sell him back, I most likely am going to try to sell him for like 5,000 MT, 6,000 MT, and may only make like 500 or 600. But if you do that a couple times, it's going to make you a lot more MT. It seems like it's a little bit, but it's actually very beneficial to get used to doing this and doing it often. So that was a real quick look at the bid sniping process, but now let me show you how I was looking up a Smush Parker, because he was one of the newer rubies that came out, and we're going to try to snipe him, meaning buying him for way lower than what he goes for. And he goes for like 10K MT right now, so I was searching what the highest I can get him for, the lowest I can get him for, and then refreshing over and over, because super packs came out, so people might be pulling him way more. We actually ended up finding Smush Parker for 4,250 MT, which is a steal. If we sell him back, we are going to make an ass load of MT literally in minutes. So we make like 7,000, 8,000 MT after taxes, maybe 7,000 after taxes, because we sold him for 11.5, and he actually did end up selling. So this Smush Parker, being able to snipe him, made us a ton of MT. So what did we do right after that? We're gonna go right back into it, and we're gonna try to get us another Smush Parker, because people were pulling these a lot and they were selling them back for cheap. So we searched for another Smush Parker, making sure we're refreshing the bid at the lowest point, and we actually find one for 1.7K MT, and we were quick enough to be able to buy him out and add him to the team. Now, this is the point where I needed to make a decision. I know that this Smush Parker is a very good card, But how much better is he than the Jarrett Jack we already have gotten for 1.3k MT? Remember, we're trying to save MT. And look at Smush Parker's evo requirements. Score 30 points in the game and get 10 assists in one game. Those are very easy evo requirements. You can do that in one game and then possibly sell him back for way higher. So right now I'm weighing, do I keep Jarrett Jack on my team even though Smush Parker may be taller, maybe a little bit better, or do I keep the Smush Parker? We actually weighed the stats, weighed the badges and things like that, and I felt that it was most beneficial for our account with no time spent, no money spent, to have MT more than having a slightly better player on our team that's 1 inch taller. The reason why, we're winning games with Jarrett Jack. There's no reason to upgrade our Jarrett Jack right now, even though he's getting ready to get evolved. There's no reason to upgrade our Jarrett Jack to Smush Parker when Smush Parker Amethyst is going for like 16,000 MT. That MT can help us way more in the future than Smush Parker is going to help us because Jarrett Jack is already helping to win us games. So that was my thought process in this, and we actually ended up taking the route to evo Smush Parker in one game and then keeping our Jarrett Jack. So let me show you how I did that. So right now we are in the lineup creation and we are going to be making a new team, a new lineup, with the point being just to save us MT. So we're getting ready to go play a challenge game that's going to get this Smush Parker evolved but also help get our Jarrett Jack evolved at the same time. So we got Smush Parker at point guard. We're going to put Jarrett Jack at shooting guard. Everyone else, we're going to use a player that is not on our main team, not in our main lineup, because we don't want to waste our main team's contracts. We're saving our main team's contracts for unlimited, for triple threat, so that we don't have to use MT for their contracts. So you want to have a separate team that you grind with, which saves you contracts and saves you MT. You're only going to be using the players that you're going to be looking to evolve. So once we get in the game, we're going to be looking to score a lot of points with Jarrett Jack, assisted by Smush Parker so he can get his 10 assists, and we're going to be trying to score 30 points with Smush Parker as well. So we're going over to the challenges. I thought about doing some spotlight challenges, but I would have much rather do the weekly challenges, because the weekly challenges are going to give us some extra packs. So looking at the different packs that are available out of these weekly challenges, I wanted to select the one that's possible to give us the best cards. In this Inferno pack, we got LeBron James and T-Mac in the same pack. So I figured, why not me try for the Inferno pack, because I have a possibility of pulling 2 Galaxy Opals maybe. That was my thought process when doing this. In order to win this challenge, all I had to do is get 10 dunks with my team against the CPU. So once we're in the game is on pro, so we're just going to be looking to give assists to Jarrett Jack from Smush Parker so that Smush can get his assist, Jarrett Jack can get some points, and then once Smush has all of his assists, we're going to get all the points with Smush Parker so that he has his 30 and he can be evolved. Once Smush has his 30, we score the rest with Jarrett Jack. And then once we go to the end of the game stats after winning the game, we get our MT, of course. But you look at the stats, we were able to get a ton of points with Jarrett Jack, 44, and we got 10 assists and 32 points with Smush Parker, along with getting our 10 dunks to win the challenge. After the challenge was done, we got our Inferno pack and 400 MT, which is going to help us out. So we went over to the Inferno pack, and like I said, the pack odds aren't always the greatest. We didn't get much from it, but it is a free pack, so we're going to be able to sell anything that comes from it to boost our MT even more, so that later on we have more MT to add to our collection and to possibly buy better players down the line. So everybody that's in here, we're just going to search how much they're going for in the auctions like we did in the first video, and then sell them for a little bit less than that so that the buyout happens, or you can put them up for bid if you think the bid process is going to give you a little bit of a higher price. So we got our Klay Thompson, Jeff Green, and then we have a silver card we're selling here. Our Kobe has not sold yet, but he did end up selling for that 5K MT. And now we only have a little bit left to evolve our Jarrett Jack, and our Smush Parker was evolved, taking one game. Remember, this is no time spent. We don't want to spend all day evolving these cards unless they're playing for us on the team. If they're playing for us on the team, we're going to allow them to play games and evolve that way. So now we want to check and see if this Amethyst Smush Parker, once again, is that much better than the guys we already have. And as you can see, he's a little bit faster than Isaac Bonga. He has one more Hall of Fame badge. But since Bonga's playing so well for us and we're winning all these games, I might as well just continue to run the cards I already have. Now, the Amethyst Smush Parker is a lot better than the Jarrett Jack Ruby, But when Jarrett Jack evolves to an amethyst, he gets just as good as the Smush Parker. He's just a little bit shorter and doesn't have as good interior defense, which at this stage of the game I can live with because Bonga does a good job at defending interior. So we just went ahead and went over to that Smush Parker, and we're going to be checking how much he's actually selling for at the amethyst. It doesn't show you since he's an Evo, so we sent him over to our auctions. When we go to auction, we're just going to check how much he's actually going for. And like I said, this amethyst Smush was selling for around 15 or 16K at the time. So for one game to take us to be able to make that much MT was pretty cool. He actually did sell for the 15,000 MT, which was a huge boost to our MT. And it only took 16 minutes because that challenge was a 16-minute game, 4-minute quarters, and it got done very fast. Quick MT, that's more than 1,000 MT per, around 1,000 MT per minute, which you can't really find anywhere else. Then we went to triple threat offline to finish off Jarrett Jack's evolve because we got him almost done at that challenge game. Once we got done with the triple threat game, our Jarrett Jack evolves to an amethyst, giving him 4 more Hall of Fame badges, increased his 3-point shot rating, and he's still very good on defense, very good on offense. We are pretty close to evolving our Brian Russell and our Kyle Anderson, which we're looking to do pretty soon over the next couple unlimited games. But overall, the team is getting better without spending MT, and that's the goal. Get your team pretty good to where they can compete, and then don't spend MT. Build up your MT as much as possible. As you can see, Jarrett Jack is more than fine to be able to use on this squad. So with him evolved, we jumped right back into Unlimited and started to play more games on our road to Kevin McHale before the season ends. And we are able to play great defense. Jarrett Jack is still able to green shots even more now that he's an amethyst. He shoots very well for our team as a sharpshooter off of the bench, and he has that goal deep range with that quick shot that makes him very deadly out there on the court. And we're just forcing quits, making sure people aren't 5-outing us and getting us easily inside. That's why we got Bonga and Michael Porter with clamps out there, Kyle Anderson with clamps out there, and our boy Jack Marin also has clamps. So we're able to keep people very contained out on the perimeter when they're trying to run 5-out against us. Of course, we're very good at timing what people are going to do, sometimes drawing charges, baiting passing lanes and things like that. And that is leading us to being able to win and open up more of these boxes at the end of each tier, which gives us more cards and more MT to build towards our goal of 100K. Out of this box, we pulled our amethyst John Collins, who was not really going to play for us, so he was going to be sold right away. As you can see, we sold him along with the badges and other things that came in the box, just further boosting up our MT more and more until we find a player that's actually going to be added to our team and is possibly free and that does not take up a lot of our MT. We are going to be using the players we have, because even guys like Mo Bamba are doing well against Galaxy Opal Hakeem Olajuwon out there. Mo Bamba is literally blocking everything off the backboard, getting steals, and then our boy Jack Marin is really going crazy. Jack Marin from TTO is really the MVP of our team. His ability to sharpshoot, create, play defense is really second to none right now for our team. So it was huge to get him on that first day on the TTO board. So shout out to Jack Marin. Then our boy Isak Bonga with that huge frame running down the court finds Jack wide open in the corner, getting us yet another win, moving us up to the pink diamond tier, and we are now 44-0 with this squad. 44-1 because we had that quit, but we're gonna say 44-0. And now we open up the diamond tier box, and this is where it really started to get good. We're getting great rewards now. We got this diamond contract and Gold Interceptor badge. The diamond contract actually goes for a good amount of MT, so we're going to be able to sell that. And then of course we got a diamond player and an amethyst player from the box as well. Our diamond player ended up being Chris Bosch, who is actually not that bad, but I didn't feel the need for having him on our team. And we got an amethyst Glenn Rice, and we sent both of those guys to the auctions, of course, because we were not going to use them right away. In our diamond contract, we could put it on a player that we might want to save MT for down the line, but I would much rather sell it because these things are worth a lot of MT, like 35 to 40K sometimes. So we sent that right to our auctions, and we're gonna put this up and try to sell it while they're going for high, because we're at the end of the season, so we want to get the most from this badge as possible. From this contract as possible, and we ended up selling for 36,000 500. So everything right here is being sold. And of course, once we checked our auction, we did actually sell the diamond contract, and we are still currently waiting for everything else to sell. So that's where we are right now. We're going to be very, very close to 100K. We will be at 100K once these guys sell, and I will update you guys this weekend on how everything else is going. Make sure you check into the stream this Friday night. We will be continuing from where we are. We'll probably be a little bit further in Unlimited because I'll still be playing that for Mikhail, but I can't wait to continue with this, see what cards drop in the new season, and we're going to start all over again. No time spent. See what we can add to the team and see who the next Unlimited reward, the next limited reward, the season reward, all that stuff we're going to be grinding for in the coming weekends on my Twitch, RCA the Great. And make sure you follow me on Twitter at EverydayRCA. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.